background. That is Shannon Sharpe with Hollywood, aka D-Print, on vacation, celebrating together as a couple.
Ooh, I'm gonna boo the hip hops. You know how we do. Back in Happy Tuesdays, Happy Tasting Tuesdays. As you know, it's your host with the most. You know, it's Big Shay, not the little ones.
And Club Shay Shay. Yeah, Shay Shay. Yeah. Gay. Gay. And sitting there with them tight pants on, with his balls and cat's face. You can tell how that drink make you gay. Come on, saying. Now, cat. That's lips.
I'm not gonna call him a liar, but I can see how he has benefited from this episode. He was being accused of being a part of the Rainbow Army. This may have helped dispel those allegations.
In the ongoing media storm surrounding Shannon Sharpe, each twist and turn has only deepened the controversy. What began as a seemingly accidental Instagram Live leak has evolved into a full-blown PR spectacle. Sharpe, a former NFL legend and current media personality, found himself under intense scrutiny after what he described as an unintentional live stream of a private encounter with a woman named Michelle. Fans quickly captured and spread the audio, and the fallout was immediate. Speculation over Sharpe's intentions began to mount, especially given his evolving explanations.
Am I the only one that want to know where the Shannon Sharpe audio went all of a sudden, including the videos? I tried to go back and show somebody and it was gone. Scrubbed from the internet, snatched up, swallowed.
First, he claimed hacking, then admitted it was an accident. But body language and delivery told a different story. The internet wasn't buying it, and theories began to form. His repeated emphasis that it was Michelle, not Michael, didn't go unnoticed. Many interpreted it as a calculated move to dispel long-standing rumors about his sexuality. Dr. Umar Johnson's viral theory only added fuel to the fire, suggesting Sharpe orchestrated the leak to control the narrative.
Because there was a lot to gain, especially clearing himself of the rumors that he was homosexual, absolutely.
Past associations with stylist D-Print, known for connections to other DL athletes, resurfaced. While Sharpe denied a deeper relationship, fans remained skeptical. As comedians, celebrities, and even adult film companies weighed in, the spectacle grew. Each comment, each meme, each parody only cemented Sharpe's place at the center of digital drama. From Cam Newton interviews to viral reaction videos, the world was watching and debating. Was this damage control or a media masterclass? In the early hours of that fateful day, Sharpe's Instagram account went live without warning, catching his massive following off guard. The live stream, which only featured audio, captured unmistakable sounds that left little to the imagination. The video was deleted within minutes, but it was too late. Fans had already begun sharing the clip, and it quickly found its way onto every major platform. Within hours, the hashtag #SharpeLeak was trending. Social media detectives pieced together what had happened, with many suggesting the audio was too clear and too conveniently timed to be an accident. The chaos only intensified when Sharpe posted to his story claiming his account had been hacked, only to remove the post soon after. That decision backfired. Instead of quelling the uproar, it made fans even more suspicious.
Shannon Sharpe now. We forgive you because we know you old niggas don't know how to work that technology. You was vibing with your little Sean last night. You were trying to film me. And when you tried to sit that motherfucker down on that little dresser, that motherfucker went live.
Why retract the hacking claims so quickly if it were true? Why was there no follow-up from Instagram confirming a breach? Sharpe's silence in the immediate aftermath became part of the story. The narrative had already begun spinning, and without a clear, consistent explanation, speculation filled the void. Just days later, on his podcast Nightcap, Sharpe pivoted. No more hacking claims, just an honest mistake. He described throwing his phone on the bed and inadvertently activating Instagram Live. He spoke of embarrassment and disappointment, but the tone of the episode clashed with the content.
Obviously, I'm embarrassed. Someone that is extremely, extremely private, and to have one of your most intimate details, the audio heard for the entire world to hear. I'm embarrassed for a number of reasons. People count on Shannon, Shay Shay Media, Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, ESPN. There are a lot of people that count on Shannon to be professional at all times. and I always try to be professional at all times. Even when I'm behind closed doors, I still try to remain a level of professional, although I'm in the privacy of my own home. And I'm very disappointed in myself, not for the act. I think there are millions, billions of people of consenting age that engage in activities, but to have your most intimate detail on the audio to be heard, I'm disappointed in myself. I let a lot of people down. My kids, I reached out to them. I called my sister. My friends reached out.
Sharpe, who insisted he was deeply private, appeared oddly composed, even joking about the situation at times. The internet noticed. Clips from the episode were dissected frame by frame. Critics argued that his lack of visible remorse suggested he wasn't as upset as he claimed. Meanwhile, fans who had followed his career for years pointed out inconsistencies in his story, especially regarding the app's interface and the likelihood of going live unintentionally.
But guys, this was not staged. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed, engaged in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on, so I don't know how it works.
This wasn't a single button mistake. Instagram Live requires multiple actions: opening the app, swiping to the live tab, confirming the broadcast. Sharpe's version of events didn't add up. And then came the name, Michelle. Sharpe's repeated clarification that it was Michelle, not Michael, raised eyebrows. The line felt unnecessary, even forced. In context, it appeared to be a direct counter to rumors that had circulated for years about Sharpe's sexuality. The internet was quick to pounce. Tweets, memes, and TikToks mocked the name drop, suggesting it was a coded message meant to shut down gossip. But rather than ending the conversation, it intensified it. The emphasis on Michelle sparked new threads of speculation. Was she a real person? Was this a setup? Why name her at all in a story that was supposedly about privacy? As Sharpe struggled to regain control of the narrative, others were jumping in, namely Dr. Umar Johnson. In a now viral video, Dr. Umar dismantled Sharpe's explanation, calling the accidental livestream theory implausible. He claimed Sharpe had likely orchestrated the event to put an end to damaging rumors about his sexuality.
I agree. I think Shannon, or the woman he was with, and I pray it wasn't a snow bunny, but I think Shannon or the woman he was with orchestrated that. Because I do Instagram Live on the regular, right? First of all, you got to open up the app. After you open up the app, you got to slide over the live. After you slide over the live, you got to hit the live. So you can, it's very difficult. I'm not going to say impossible. It's very difficult to go live accidentally. If Shannon Sharpe claims it was an accident, I'm not going to call my brother a liar. Even though he's a bunny hopper, I still respect him as a black man. I'm not going to call him a liar, but I can see how he has benefited from this episode. He was being accused of being a part of the Rainbow Army. This may have helped dispel those allegations. In addition to that, someone said he was just offered $100,000 from an adult film company to produce an adult film, or at least license the audio that he had, or whatever the case may be. It brought him a whole lot more followers and listeners, although he was already one of the top podcasts and doing well for himself. But this really did bring a lot of attention to Shannon Sharpe. It really, really did. And I can see why Mason Cameron and others might feel like Shannon Sharpe intentionally did this, because there was a lot to gain, especially clearing himself of the rumors that he was homosexual. Absolutely. Because even when he talked to Ocho Cinco afterwards, he wasn't very remorseful. He apologized, but he celebrated in that apology. You know, he said, I was getting down, you know what I mean? And I get down and, you know, I popped my Viagra, I had my condoms. Like, he was bragging about the encounter. It's kind of hard for me to believe you're sorry this happened if you're bragging to your brother about the encounter. So again, I'm not going to call Shannon a liar, but I can clearly see how he has benefited from that ordeal.
According to Dr. Umar, the optics were too clean, the narrative too convenient. His theory gained traction quickly, resonating with those already skeptical of Sharpe's story. He pointed to Sharpe's long association with Deprint, also known as Hollywood, a flamboyant stylist with a history of working with other athletes rumored to be on the down low. The pair had been seen together at games, in photos, and at media events. Fans connected the dots. Dr. Umar's theory painted a picture of calculated redemption, Sharpe feeling cornered by gossip, staging a moment that would clear his name in the most public way possible. If true, it was a bold strategy, but also a risky one. Meanwhile, the internet dredged up old photos and videos of Sharpe and Deprint together, using them as so-called evidence of a deeper relationship. Sharpe, for his part, denied that Deprint had ever been his official stylist, saying the collaboration was short-lived and casual. But the timing was suspicious. Their public friendship faded around the same time the rumors intensified. And then, Sharpe dropped another bombshell, revealing that comedian Cat Williams had called him just moments after the live stream ended. According to Sharpe, the first thing Cat said was, "You ain't gay today."
2 minutes, 5 minutes before I came on, phone rings. It's Cat Williams. So I said, yeah, bro, what's up? The first thing out of his mouth, guess what he said, Ocho?
Wow.
You ain't gay today?
Hey, listen.
I said, man.
Hey, listen.
Said, come on, Cat. He's
and this is the funny thing about it. Now you remember all the people talking trash and saying whatever they had to say, trying to assassinate your character, that you might be this, you might be this, or whatever it may be. So hell, I mean, I'm sitting back, I'm thinking, well, hey, it was a goddamn Michelle, it wasn't a Michael. Huh? You hear me? It wasn't a Michelle. It was, it wasn't a Michael. It was a Michelle.
The internet erupted. The quote felt like a mic drop, a line so on the nose it had to be scripted. Was Cat joking? Was it confirmation? Sharpe recounted the call with a smirk, adding to the confusion. The message was clear. Whatever people had thought about him before, this was his way of setting the record straight. And he was laughing about it. That didn't sit well with everyone. If this really was a mortifying accident, why joke? Why name drop? Why act like it was a victory lap? The tone from Sharpe began to change. He shifted from regret to bravado, from apology to defiance. He talked about being a healthy, active male, and even bragged about popping Viagra before the encounter.
He was gay. Okay, that's his life. That's not mine. Hollywood no longer styles me. Why? Because I'm loyal to Shelley. She was hurt that after 20 plus years of being my stylist, that I had gone outside to hire someone else. And someone else was getting the credit when she was there at CBS. She was there when I started at Fox. She was there when I was going out and doing red carpet events. And I never had a problem. And for me, in my head, I thought I needed someone outside. Right. I didn't buy one thing new when Hollywood started styling me. Everything, all those LB jackets, all that stuff that I already had it. And a lot of the stuff she had already put together, but I took it apart. So when he put it back together, it was just what she had put together.
This wasn't damage control. It was a rebrand. As the noise grew louder, celebrity voices joined the conversation. Snoop Dogg shared a clip with the caption, "You gave everything you had," while Rick Ross cracked jokes about Sharpe's age, saying he probably didn't know how Instagram worked. Gilly the King parodied the audio. Meek Mill chimed in with a tweet calling Sharpe "unk in his bag," only to be reminded of his own rumored tape with Diddy. Even adult film companies saw an opportunity, allegedly offering Sharpe over $100,000 to license the audio. The media machine was in full swing. Sharpe's name was everywhere, not because of his takes on sports, but because of a leak that may or may not have been intentional. In the middle of all this, Sharpe sat down with Cam Newton for a long, candid conversation. There, he talked about the impossibility of navigating fame as a Black man while facing rumors about sexuality. He explained the cultural implications, how in Black communities, being labeled gay is often used to discredit masculinity.
It's like, all of a sudden, he gay now.
Yeah. Oh, Zesty, or, stepping outside of, I don't know now, and we don't never see him post no woman. He just got all these damn dogs. Red flag. From the horse's mouth himself, it's like, how do you respond?
I'm in a no-win situation. Because if I respond, they say hit dog holler. If I don't respond, they say, well, if it wasn't true, he would say something. So if I respond, I'm a hit dog. If I don't respond, he's hiding something. So how do I win? I win. Hey, they're gonna say what that's the thing that I didn't realize that when I really got into this. There's this celebrity, this kind of fame here, Cam, is on a different level. I mean, I was a damn good football player. I won Super Bowls, I'm in the Hall of Fame, but this is 20 times the magnification of what I was as an athlete.
So my question is it because of the power of social media, or is it the evolution of you?
It's a combination of both, and that's why I don't let people play with my name. Everybody knows there's nothing wrong with being gay. There's not. I'm just not gay. And most straight men don't let you play with their name like that.
Especially not in our culture.
No. But see, also, in our culture, if I want to try to emasculate you or try, what do I say? I say he's gay. Because no matter what you think, that's still, in our culture, that's still kind of frowned upon. And people, they'll say all these things, well, it's okay. And I don't have a problem with it. I have people that work for me that's their life. That's their life. That's not my life. I don't judge what you do in your home, what you go to bed with, who you wake up at. That ain't got nothing to do with Shannon Sharpe. Right. That ain't my bed. That was the hardest thing, because it was almost like they were trying to convince me that I was something that I'm not.
Sharpe insisted he didn't judge anyone's lifestyle, but was frustrated by the assumptions made about his own. He felt boxed in, unable to win. If he denied it, he was protesting too much. If he ignored it, he was hiding something. The emotional toll was real, but so was the opportunity. Sharpe knew this moment could define or destroy him, and instead of hiding, he leaned in. Sharpe's pivot became a case study in reputation management. Instead of running from the scandal, he restructured it into a viral moment. His podcast numbers soared. Followers surged. The media couldn't stop covering him. By midweek, he had appeared in over 20 headlines, had millions of views across platforms, and sparked think pieces about masculinity, fame, and media strategy. Whether you believed his story or not, one thing was clear. Shannon Sharpe owned the narrative. The remaining question, was it genius or just chaos?